And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Carr. And he can't reel it in. Incomplete. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Carr throwing on 3rd. He puts some air under this one, deep right. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Rick Woolen with the INT. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. In motion right is Metcalf. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Well, this is a headache-inducing run for a defensive coach. I could just imagine that staff both upstairs and down on the field watching the kick, because now they don't have to just worry about this guy catching as a receiver. Now they know he can be a weapon in the ground game, too.
From the 24, escapes the pocket. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, here's Smith. It's Cup Metcalf. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Hand off to Walker from the gun. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Willie Gay there on the tackle. It's a pickup of... About set for the 2nd quarter. Seahawks football here. They have 2nd and 9 for their first play. Shotgun snap to Smith. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions, from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
It's a gain of 22, and the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Motion man left is Lockett. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
Chased out to his right. Oh, not like this. An interception ends that history has the INT. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. The 30. Gets the 10. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Great groupie to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints tie this game 7-7. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got...
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's DeMario Davis. And the Saints get it back after making their third first-half interception. Now, in that spot, Brock, I think his first priority is just getting a throw of some kind of way and avoiding the safety, right?
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. And I know it's so easy for us up here in this comfy booth, armchair quarterback, but you can't ever relax when you're reading the coverage just because you're worried about taking a safety. You still got to stand, you got to deliver, and you got to take care of the football.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Going power with a big tight end. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. Third time's the charm. He gets it again. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their third and final timeout. And we'll see how this plays out the rest of this half with none remaining. 4th and goal. Tie game. Blitz coming. Carr. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints parlay the interception into points. Groupie adds the extra point. And the Saints break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. Returning from the 18-yard line. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped at the end of it. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. It's the Seahawks facing 2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Smith. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Put a gold star on the grade sheet for that defensive coverage, even with plenty of time to throw it. That defense never gave the QB a lane to complete it.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he's out of bounds past midfield. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. And again, it's Smith. Metcalf there to bring it in. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down, Smith to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks earn the chance to tie before halftime. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. The Seahawks offense, look at this. They aren't leaving the field, lining up and going for two. He's throwing for it. And that catch in the end zone gives them the lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he gets crunched by a big hit. Oh, right at the 25 to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now Carr. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Tried getting it to Chris Olave. So 2nd down coming up. Running back sent in motion. Back to the air. Carr. Olave with the catch. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
So critical, Kate, on those receiver screens to get that ball out with great precision. You don't want that receiver thinking about anything but navigating the blocks in front of him. That's well done by everybody.
Catch made by Alvin Kamara. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. Throwing again, it's Carr. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. This is reeled in by Kamara. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. From the red zone now. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. And the Seahawks pick it up. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
1st and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. Throwing now, following the turnover. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. This one intended for the running back. So it's 2nd down coming up. Looking to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. So we finished 2 quarters. So a couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And the choice to leave the end zone going to cost him just a slight bit as he's out a little short of that 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Carr. Into the hands of Olave. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Offense up to the line fast. From the 32. He finds Johnson. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Carr now on 1st and 10. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Kobe Bryant has it.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
He sends this one to the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks push their lead further to start the half. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Myers to add the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks grow their lead to 8. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be 2nd down. Carr here from the gun. Gets everything he has under this throw. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
There was a window there for a moment, but boy, did they close the gap before that throw could arrive.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They kick the running back in motion. Connects with Johnson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the shotgun, Carr. It's caught right side by Johnson. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. 2nd and 3. Kamara's got it. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Carr setting to throw. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Reek Wolf.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we join you from South Philly, close to 70,000 strong, packing Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go from the link. And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. From the gun, it's Gino. Oh, intercepted on the 2nd play of the game. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Right to the air, it's Hurts. Open man downfield is Brown. 18 yards on the connection. Good for an Eagles first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Oh, he did all he could to get away, but they're going to catch up to him. It is a big loss. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down. Now Hurts on 4th down. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. Gino now on 1st and 10. In trouble, and down he goes. On 2nd down, Smith. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's good for 27 and a 1st down. They'll motion over Metcalf. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Working out of the gun, Smith. Now he takes off.
That's just great awareness there, Mike. He's looking downfield. He doesn't see anything, but he is locked in to get that 1st down. He tucks it, becomes a runner, and gets past the marker.
shotgun run now with Walker. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. It was Milton Williams that time to bring him down. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back in Philly in a moment. They face second down and 7. Lockett headed in motion. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. From the shotgun, Smith. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And that'll set up fourth down.
I can tell you from firsthand experience, Mike, that is a lonely and long jog back to the huddle. I mean, you're an inch away from being the hero with a deep touchdown. Instead, you let it go through your fingertips, and you got to come back to the huddle and try again.
Gino gonna throw for it. Got a man. It's Lockett. And he will have the Seahawks first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on fourth down. The run up the middle. It's Walker. He is in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. First and 10. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Oh, that swung out wide and intercepted. Myers now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Seahawks move out on top, 14-0. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Kenneth Gainwell going to bring it out of the end zone. First carry for Saquon Barkley. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And that's going to be intercepted by Tariq Woolen. And his offense is going to be all
It's one of the NFL's newest venues, but it's already earned a reputation as one of its best. This is US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Will Reichert has it all teed up. And off we go from Minneapolis. Returnable from the 2. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Point after, up and good for Myers. And the Seahawks will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. McCarthy starting off with a throw. Pass is caught, it's T.J. Hawkinson. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a gain of 22. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. That's Jefferson, he's got it. And this goes across midfield and into Seahawks territory.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when, just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Back to the air, McCarthy. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that.
Touchdown, Minnesota! So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. A big hit there. He's not even going to make it back to the 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Walker. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense in the hurry up here. Here's 2nd and 2. He's going to push one deep down the right. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Vikings will take over at the start of the next quarter. It's a big momentum swing on the final play of our opening quarter. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. It's Vikings ball as we return for the second, and they've got to be thinking points here. 1st and 10, here's McCarthy. The throw is caught, and that's a Minnesota touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Return starts from the goal line. He stopped on the return at the 27. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. No one around. He's got space. There it is. Touchdown, Seattle. The Seahawks can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. He's throwing for it. And that catch in the end zone gives them the lead. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. Looking up towards the dome. Can't bring it in clean. And normally that equals disaster, but it gets out of bounds and ends in a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. First carry here for Aaron Jones. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Into traffic, complete. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he will get the first as they touch him down. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Vikings out of the hurry-up, need everyone back to the line. First and 10, here's Jones. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brought down on the play by Uchenna Nwosu. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Here's McCarthy, first and 10. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kevin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are stopped on the return just shy of their own 35.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, Smith to throw. Flush down out to his left. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And he's brought down after a short gain. Now Seattle going to call it 2nd timeout. 3rd and just 2 to go. From the gun, Smith. He fires one deep down the left sideline. And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. And they're going for this. He finds him beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Now the Seahawks are going to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. And again, it's Smith. Buys time, rolling right. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. On play action now, McCarthy. Vacates quickly left side. He's running with it. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. From the gun, Jones gets it. He breaks the tackle, and he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. He's throwing deep to the left side. They connect on the deep shot. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings take the lead right away in half number 2. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
And this is caught as they hit the end zone for 2. Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often, but tight ends, such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise they win his way for that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys' security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double-teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass like a great post in basketball. And they know how to finish.
They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Pass complete to Walker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They've got a man in motion. They give up the gut to Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. He puts some power on a deep one left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Looking to throw. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Big gain downfield. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the red zone now. The Bats got it.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
We'll see them tackle 2nd and goal after the break. It's the Seahawks with possession, needing to erase that deficit in a hurry. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. Running is Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Working quickly here. He'll throw it. And the defender comes away with it. Byron Murphy picks it. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. The 40. At the 20. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. I don't know about you, Brock, but I can almost feel them going through the 5 stages of grief over on that sideline, watching their would-be touchdown pass in 6 points return the entire way to the opposite opposite end zone for 6 on the other side of the board.
You just don't really believe it's happening until he's, well, 30, 40 yards into his return, and then you're just powerless. Okay, just over 40 times in the history of the NFL this has happened. Wow, and a return to add to that list.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now Smith coming off that pick. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And it sets up 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Smith. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Offense up to the line fast. Smith on 1st down. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked up by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings see their return stop just a little bit short of their own 30.
There's some serious self-scouting going on right now. What is this quarterback not seeing that has led to these 3 interceptions in just this game? And then overall, what is this offense doing that has this defense clued in coverage-wise to every route combination they're trying to throw?
Motion man right is Jefferson. Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Extremely important moment here for the Seahawks as they go for 2. Getting right back to it after that interception. And the pass is successful. That's a little momentum builder as they attack this deficit. They knew what they had to do, Brock. They got the score and now need to pull off this onside kick. And this is covered by the Vikings hands team. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Hey, the numbers don't lie. The numbers tell you, Kate, time and again, it is so hard to recover these onside kicks. And when you got an opponent prepared for it, well, that makes it even more difficult.
Breaks through, and he might break away. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
2nd down carry for Jones. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're 1st to 3. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Back to throw. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And that's incomplete. A little lucky there, too. Nearly picked off on first down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
He'll look to throw it. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Here he is to throw. Brought in inside the 20. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Excellent pickup to move the chains, 36 yards in the end.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Gets this to Fant. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he is to throw. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left. They're going to call their final timeout here. Just 9 seconds to go. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle.
And he gets in. It's a touchdown. What a moment. They can likely win it on the extra point now. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
Powell now to return. And they'll be happy about where they're about to take the field. He's up to the 35 on the return. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. One final shot here. He's on the move. Trying to push it deep downfield. And this one falls incomplete. No miracles on the final drive today. This game is over. So the Seahawks take this one on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line.